today, when you found out about the ruling, you know, where were you? What were you feeling? What were the raw emotions going through you? Try to explain that right now.
So when I first found out, I was driving, and I always find that it's not necessarily the best thing to do to have a celebration when you're behind the wheel of the car. So I waited till I got to work and from my meeting, and so let's take it back to a couple of weeks ago. I called Alan and I decided that we needed to do something to celebrate this Victorious Day. This was going to be amazing. I knew that there was something that we were going to be able to latch onto, that something that was going to be amazing that we could celebrate today. I was confident, cautiously optimistic, and so I called Alan and a few other people in Palm Beach County. I called Equality Florida. I contacted Compass. I contacted ACLU, a few other people, and I told them that we wanted to put a rally on. Alan got into motion almost immediately, and between the two of us, we contacted everybody and we brought it together. We didn't know until yesterday that it was going to be done today. So as soon as I found out, I was obviously ecstatic. I'm very happy about the abolition of DOMA. I think that it was the right thing to do, and I think it's time for us to move forward and find true equality, which is I think where they wanted to go. So this is a huge victory. I had chills. I was crying. You know, I've worked for 25 years as an activist. At least 15 of those years have been working for LGBT equality. Gay and lesbian people have the right to marry each other, and they should have had it all along. So I'm proud to be an American. I went out and the first thing I did was bought an American flag.
Now with Supreme Court hearings, you know, when they do rulings, you know, the hearing, you can't tell what they're going to rule, and just when you think you got the ruling, it takes a team of lawyers to go through it to really tell you what it all means. They're just about as confusing as can be. What are you doing to help clarify that ruling? Sounds like you had an event coming up.
Well, you asked that just the right way, because the first thing I'm going to do is contact several of the organizations in the area and a few lawyers, and we're going to have a town hall meeting because the big issue is that people don't, you know, we all know that this is a celebration. This is a great day to be an American. I don't know that a lot of people understand the ramifications of the decisions that came down today from the Supreme Court. So within these rulings, we have a lot of work to do. Particularly in the state of Florida, as far as long-term goals are concerned, we have a constitutional amendment that went through a couple of years ago that stated that marriage was between a man and a woman. We have a lot of work to do to overturn that constitutional amendment in order to move forward, and that's the next thing that's going to be on my list of goals.
What about political strategy going forward? What do you think is going to be on tap? What do you think we're going to see? Is it going to be political? Is it going to be lawyers getting into court and the Boise taking on another case? You know, how is this going to work? What do you see as a roadmap going ahead?
Well, I think leading up to this event, to this decision, we've all been working from all sides, and I don't see that changing. I think we're all going to be working this from all angles and make sure that, you know, each of us has a strategy that we're employing, and with each of us taking up a part of that puzzle, we can put together the whole puzzle. And so each of us has a place in the responsibility to move us forward to the next step, whether it's activism, whether it's legislatively, whether it's legally, you know, however you can contribute. I expect to see people at the table. I expect people to be working to get this next step taken. And that's why we're going to make sure that people understand what those steps are.
We've been talking about the political factor and the roadmap ahead, but what about the human factor? How is this all translating on how it's going to touch individuals' lives and to couples' lives?
Well, you know, here's a perfect example. My best friend got married 3 years ago. When they got married, one of them didn't have her family there. Well, she had me there, but she didn't have her family there. And I think this is going to help to change those minds. I think that on a personal level, on an interpersonal level, we have children, we have parents, we have families, and they know that as we grow and as we live, we are being persecuted, and that hurts them as much as it hurts us. We have friends, and our friends hurt every time they see one of us fall.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I would like people to take action. I want people to take responsibility for your life and for the life of the people that are around you. I've been an activist, like I said, for 25 years. In that time, I've worked on issues that won't directly affect me in my lifetime. I want to see everyone taking part, and I know that everyone has a contribution that they can make.